lets you know if you're full. It's a satiety hormone. So when your GLP is working properly, it does help suppress your appetite as well as reduce those cravings. It's a sugar-free fast melt caramel. So what it's going to do best is it's going to reduce your sugar cravings or any other cravings you have in your body. It's going to suppress that appetite. But where Melissa got the most benefit, I think, over the last week was the L-carnitine. The L-carnitine tells your mitochondria, this is where you make, we've talked about it before, this is where you produce energy in your cells. It actually tells those mitochondria to burn fat for fuel. We're noticing other people losing up to 7 pounds in the first week. 4 pounds has been about the average. As you lose weight and as you take these Bella Melts, it's going to help lower that blood sugar in your body as well.
All the information is there. MelissaHouseBG.com, MelissaHouseBG.com. Just now introducing for the first time Bella Melt with GLP-1 fast action.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Live Up to Freedom. Thank you so much for joining me today as we continue our coverage on what is happening in Iran and everything related to what is happening to Iran. We are live on worldviewtube.com, also worldviewtube, a Rumble and X channel, and on worldviewtube app, which if you have not installed it yet, I strongly suggest you do. It is for free. Just go to your app store on your device and install it. Turn on the notifications so you never miss any of our programming, especially when we do breaking news and special coverages. We're also live on X America News on X, and also live on my platforms on Substack, Rumble, YouTube, and Facebook. Any question, any suggestion, any confusion, anything you need to know, only focusing on what's happening in Iran, please do feel free to put them on the comment section. I will get to them like we did yesterday. And whatever platform you're watching us, make sure to share this video if you don't mind, because we need more people to know the truth about what is happening in Iran and what needs to happen in Iran, unlike the narrative that's being pushed by big names. And I will get to that in a minute. We just concluded day 10 of what is now a full revolution in Iran. People are still out on the streets, growing in numbers. I think I said it yesterday. I said things are a little different, but you will see when the numbers are going to grow on the streets of Iran. Day 10 was that day, and it will continue. I want to say something or make something very clear. I've been asked this question repeatedly, and I think it deserves its own answer on the show. What happens in Iran in next 3 to 4 weeks, unfortunately, completely depends on what the government of the United States of America decides to do. I released a Substack this morning. I tried my very best to keep it as short as possible. As you know, I'm a talker and I'm a writer. Apparently when I write the way I talk, which is long. I try to keep it short, but I try to explain that even some of the Western experts are now saying this needs to continue the way it is and no military action is needed. Crown Prince Pahlavi already said that yesterday on an interview. We've been saying it. Me and Brennan House have been saying US to stay out of it since the 12 Days War, which was 6.5 months ago. So for everybody, I love that you are caring. I love that you want to see Iran free, but I want you to know, when you ask me what do you think happens, unfortunately, there are 2 possible scenarios, and both completely depends on United States of America's actions. If U.S. decides for once to stay out of somebody's business, this could very well be the final battle. This could very well be the collapse of the Islamic regime and the freedom for the people of Iran. If U.S. decide to butt in, pardon me, that's the best word I could use. I'm sorry if I wasn't supposed to say that on air. My brain is fried. Then things could very well change. They could go in and do what they did during 12 Days War and save the Supreme Leader's life. They could go in, topple this regime, and place their own regime in power, which then people of Iran are not going to accept it. There will be, well, civil war in Iran. So, fastest answer to anyone's question of where do I think or see this going, my answer will be it depends on what the White House decides to do. I have been praying very hard for the last 48 hours that Lord may put in Trump's heart for him to do the right thing by definition of history, not by definition of peace prize or labels and popularity. And I invite you to join me in that prayer that Lord may put in President Trump's heart to do the right thing for the people of Iran. But we'll keep watching, right? We don't know what's going to happen. Update on Iran. Before I go into, I got beef to pick with a few people today. So, update on Iran. They have definitely boosted the riot police, the security forces, the police forces. They are watching. They are out there in numbers, geared up literally to their eyeballs. They're trying to spread as much intimidation. I won't even say fear because people aren't afraid of it anymore. But you see them in major areas like Grand Bazaar of Tehran. The video you're watching was yesterday morning, Iran time, or our time, confused on the time zone, in Grand Bazaar of Tehran. There has not been any actual bullets flying, but they were there. This one is in a different province. Unfortunately, this one ended up in almost 50, that's 50 arrests made. Lots of rubber bullets shot at people, many injuries, but no one killed yet. However, they have boosted the forces, which again, I hope this is not where U.S. will find excuse to go in. People are handling the situation of security forces, IRGC forces, besiege forces, riot forces. They're handling the crackdown. But the sign we see with all this boost is that the regime is coming to realize the negotiation they were attempting to do with the people have fully failed. Now let's talk about those negotiations. I should not laugh, but as if you read my Substack release this morning, you'll see how funny it is. So the regime tried to give people of Iran help. Translate to American dollar is $7. However, we need to realize the currency is collapsing. So it was a $1 million a month for them to go home. I would say that's insulting, but at the same time, that is desperate. Can you imagine how desperate this regime must be to actually try to convince people who are out there screaming for their freedom from everything, from poverty to tyranny to pressure to Islamization? This regime is trying to give them $1 million a month, which I should just to give you an understanding, an average, an average man in Iran working an average work, not a wealthy or high paid job, average, middle class, makes about $130 to $140 a month. The regime is offering him $7 to go home. Yes, it is insulting, but most of all, it is the pure sign of how desperate this regime is. I joined Brian House Live last night, and on his program I said, Khamenei, the supreme leader, is facing pressure from so many different angles. Yes, one of them is the concern of Israel going in. One of them is concern of Trump going in. One of them is the concern of what happens that Maduro is gone. Maduro was supposed to pay Iran's regime $142 billion. It wasn't a loaned money, it was the deals and the sales. They're not going to see that money now. So he's under pressure from many angles, but the biggest pressure is the people on the streets and the economy collapsing. And on top of that, business owners have shut down, right? They've been on a strike, majority of, and yesterday, Grand Bazaar of Tehran joined the strike. I mean, the name itself should explain why that's major. The business owners and shop owners are definitely crippling the economy even further. So this man, being Khamenei, he figured, first he comes out, my Substack from 3 days ago, if you read it, he comes out and says, we will do the crackdown and we're going to kill you and we're going to arrest you. But then he's like, okay, this one is not working somehow after all these years. Let me try bribing people who has started this from collapse of Iran's money currency. I'm going to bribe them with $7 a month and they're just going to go home. Now, another way of, making you understand the value that they're offering, because I'm using dollar for it to be easier to understand. $7 will buy you 1 pound of chicken or beef in Iran. That's where the money is, right? That's it. So let me emphasize again and say this again. The regime is collapsing. There is no need to kidnap, capture, do military op towards this regime. Absolutely no need right now. What is needed, what is urgent, what is important is for United States of America's government, regardless of what their name is today. It is for them to show respect for first time in almost 54 years, to show respect towards people of Iran's choice. Their choice have been made very clear, beyond clear. There are signs that have not been seen in last 47 years and the 12 uprisings. There is a video that I have confirmed, so I can tell you it's legit, it's not AI made, it's not from Afghanistan, it's from Tehran, that people are passing the small, tiny, let's say, pictures of Crown Prince Pahlavi. They're putting him on windshields of parked cars. And on the picture, you see his face clearly. And on top of that, in Farsi, says, long live the king. If that is not clear choice, I don't know what else is. For 8 days now, they've been screaming, long live the king. Now, we kept saying this is referring to Shah of Iran. With this new release, they are referring to Crown Prince Pahlavi. They're literally saying they want their monarch back. And who are we? Now, I personally, you all know, I am on side of Prince Pahlavi. I am. But I will include myself in the discussion of who are we to decide otherwise for people of Iran who have paid the price for the involvement of Western empires in their country for last 47 years. And again, that's okay. If there is a government that doesn't want to support Pahlavi for their own fears, that's completely fine. But don't try to push him out of the way and put your own people in place. I promise you, I will go full Iranian on you for a second or two or five. I guarantee you, Iranian people with over 2,800 years of heritage, culture, music, language, and history are not going to let you do what you did to Iraq or Afghanistan for that matter. You really think people of Iran who are standing up to these monsters for last 47 years, dying on the streets of Iran empty-handed, are going to let you remove this monster to replace it with your own monster? Then you have not been paying attention, whomever you are, from top to bottom. You really think that's the case with Iran? You think we can go into Iran and freedom from the regime and 20 years later hand it over to the regime again? No. You see, people of Iran have their, I was told, I don't know if it was a compliment or what, but I was told that I am wired differently many times in my life in America. And I've always said it's a Persian thing. We are wired differently. I don't know, maybe it's our history, maybe it's our blood. I don't know what it is. But we reverse the way people are trying to reverse. They are going to bring Pahlavi back after 47 years or 50 years, 55 years. You keep trying, they keep trying, we keep trying. Well, before we keep trying, we got to go to our first ad break. So let's do that. Don't go anywhere. When we come back, I'm going to check out on your comments and answer them to the best of my ability.
Life is too short to spend a single moment spinning in laundry worries. Take a load off your mind with the all-new Norwex Powerzyme laundry detergent. This natural detergent harnesses the power of enzymes and plant-based surfactants to leave fabrics fresh and clean without fillers, brighteners, synthetic fragrances, bleach, or harsh chemicals. So go ahead, have your cake and eat it too. More than ever, stressful stains have met their match. Powerzyme's fast-acting enzymes break down organic substances while natural surfactants loosen locked-in dirt and oil, removing residue, stains, and odors with ease. With 91% bio-based ingredients, this dermatologist-tested hypoallergenic formula is suitable for sensitive skin types and delivers a safe and effective clean that won't harm you or the planet's waterways. Less time spent worrying about laundry means you can focus on what truly matters. Norwex Powerzyme Laundry Detergent. Discover the power of nature and load up on confidence.
Welcome back to Live Up to Freedom. Thank you so much for staying with me until now. I appreciate you. And just a quick note, guys. I know my tone is pretty sarcastic today, but here's how affiliation and sponsorship work. They support me in my show when I show results. I mean, I know they have a very well-made ad, and I know I do the plug, but since we have had 0 sales, there's a good chance I might lose my affiliation with them. So if you want to support me and save yourself money and help your health, I would ask you or invite you to head over to cyruswellness.com. I'm not asking you to spend extra money and pick up a piece of art or become a subscriber to get better educated on my Substack. I'm asking you to switch. We all use shampoo, conditioner, cleaning supplies, cloth, and the skincare. So switch over. And I guarantee you, you'll be very happy. I shouldn't say that, but you'll thank me for it. And you save money, and all of their products are chemical-free. And they're pretty amazing, actually. I've been using them for 6 months. So if you wouldn't mind heading over to cyruswellness.com, make a purchase, 2, 5, I don't know, switch your entire cleaning supply over, then I might be able to continue keeping them as affiliates, as a consultant that could possibly help my own mission by the percentage of commission I receive from Norwex, and you can get good products. Let's head over to comments. Good afternoon, Bill. Good to see you. It's been a while. So I have an interesting comment here on Facebook. Can you recite Ayatul Kursi in Arabic since you say you're an ex-Muslim? Actually, I can, but I choose not to. When I became an ex-Muslim, I also dropped the force of Arabic down my throat. How's that for an answer? Could I? Yes. Will I? No. Now it's a choice. I don't have to do anything in Arabic anymore because my true God is pretty much just speaks all the languages, because he speaks to me through my heart, not my tongue, unlike your Allah. Nice try, though. That was a good attempt. Moving on to, what happens in Iran affects the world. America must send arms and weapons. Israel has seized boatloads of Arab stuff. It must be eradicated to the various groups willing to use them. There is no other choice. Trump will not do anything. If the 12ers fall, he will take credit. If this revolt fails, he will blame Iranians for not doing enough. I agree with a lot of what you said. Or I would say, I will agree that would be great if any country is willing to help the Iranian people with weapons. I will definitely agree with, if this revolution ends up successful, Trump will most certainly try to take credit. You know how he's going to take credit? He's going to say his B-2 bombs on the nuclear facilities is exactly why the regime failed. And we all know, with all due respect, he is not the most versed in history or a strategy anyways. I'll agree with that. But at this point, at this very given moment, anybody who wants to take credit, take credit. Those who are aware will give credit to the brave people of Iran for never giving up and for gaining, their freedoms. So, but anybody can sit there and take credit. But I agree that if the regime of Iran does, it's the when, not a if. When they do, the world will come to realize why someone like me sat here for a decade saying Iran's regime is our biggest threat. Because they will see how very quickly there will be a shift of balance. They will watch as all of these alphabet soup terrorist groups are going to one by one disappear. They're going to be so weakened that anybody who genuinely wants to take him out can take him out. They will see how Middle East will blossom. They will see that life in Western countries will become way less dangerous than it is with the jihadists. But until they witness it, they're not going to believe me and you. They won't. Because remember, Islam isn't the problem, right? Islam isn't the problem. Those who misunderstood it are the problem. Those who hijacked it are the problem. And if you're not picking up on my sarcasm, you're a new audience on my show. Welcome to Live Up to Freedom. I am outraged, Bill says, I am outraged that the mayor of New York City places hand on the fake Bible, the Quran. Anybody that believes in the Quran does not believe in our Constitution. Yes, Bill, but again, it's another thing. We normalized it, right? He's not the first one. We have had Obama, Keith Ellison, Ilhan Omar, Rashida Tlaib. This is the result of normalization. When you watch things change, America loves diversity, right? I'm not outraged anymore at them. I'm just disappointed at my fellow Americans who are not paying attention to what's being normalized. The Shah is calling for a Friday turnout, ? Iranian must be prepared for heavy bloodshed. I'm glad you brought that up. This video is in Farsi. It does have subtitle. And the reason I'm playing it, I want you to hear his own words. And so there's no confusion that I'm twisting his words or something. But yes, Crown Prince Pahlavi did put out his first official call to action today. Let's listen to, or you guys are going to have to read if you're not Iranian. Let's read or listen to what his call to action is, and I will tell you all about it when we come back.
همیهنان در این چند روز گذشته من از نزدیک تظاهرات و راهپیمایی شما را دنبال کردم، به خصوص امروز در بازار تهران. علیرغم سرکوب نظام، ایستادگی شما ستودنی است و قطعا توجه کردید که ازدحام جمعیت باعث این میشه که نیروها پس بروند و امکان ریزش رو به سمت شما بیشتر میکنن. بنابراین مهم استش که این انضباط و گستردگی رو حفظ بکنیم. من اولین فراخوان خود را امروز با شما در میان میگذارم و از شما دعوت میکنم که این جمعه و پنجشنبه 18 و 19 دی ماه را سر ساعت 8 شب همگی چه در خیابان‌ها یا حتی از منازل خودتون شروع به شعار سر دادن بکنید. در نتیجه بازخورد این حرکت‌ها من فراخوان‌های بعدی رو به شما اعلام خواهم کرد. همیهنان.
Just in case if the subtitle was too fast or anything, He, of course, after praising the brave people of Iran that are still on the streets regardless of the crackdown and the number of arrestees and number of those who have been killed, he did put a call to action. Yes, to answer your question. It's not just a Friday turnout, though. The call to action is this Thursday and Friday. That is January 8th and 9th, American calendar, at 8 p.m. local time of Iran. That is very important. We need to differentiate. That will make it Thursday and Friday here, 11:30 a.m. Eastern time, for everyone, wherever they are in Iran, on the streets, at home, to start chanting. And after those 2 days, and when the results are seen, he will release his next call to action. I posted that video, and I don't know if John is here with us on Facebook or Substack, but John commented saying, chanting what? That is the key point. He did not dictate a chant. He asked people of Iran to chant. Reason, pretty clear. He is proving to the world of what Iranians want. 2 nights back to back, right at 8 p.m. local time, you will see the videos when they come out, and you'll hear the chants. And this is exactly why I am a little upset with things that are being said from our government. Have Trump administration ever considered that, hey, wait, let's not say things yet? Clearly, Trump is not going to endorse Prince Pahlavi. Or at least he's going to do it if and when he realizes, hey, wait, they kicked me out of the game. I need to fit in there. Let me go do it. As I speak to you, we have already, many of us, Iranians, have said it will make no difference anymore. Because even if he shakes Prince Pahlavi's hands this afternoon, he has proven that he didn't do it for the sake of people of Iran. He did it to fit in. He did it to take credit. He did it to be part of the game. He did it for his own ego, not for people of Iran. Why do I say that? 12 months ago, few days short, Prince Pahlavi requested a sit down with President Trump. He still hasn't received it. His letter wasn't even acknowledged. So for anybody who thinks I'm saying this because I'm anti-Trump, I'm just stating facts. Point. They never thought maybe they should chill so Prince Pahlavi doesn't have to rush his plan and rush to publicly announce what the plan is. This is what happens when the 4 major Western countries are always meddling in everybody else's business. But yes, he did put his first official call to action, and we will wait and we will watch. Hopefully, if by then American soldiers are in Iran, we'll see what will come out of Thursday and Friday. Basically, by Friday early afternoon, we'll know the result of the chants, and we will hear his next call to action. Back to the comments. Bill says Iran needs a constitution, a bill of rights for the people. We had it. We had it. And that's the thing. Let's bring Pahlavi back. He can pick up where his father left off. More modern and with better understanding of it, actually. Okay. Javid Shah. Yes. That's long live the king. Iran enemies will bow down to its knees. I don't know what's, your handle on Facebook, Aqib Reza Bangash, tells me you're a Muslim. So if you're saying Iran enemies from behalf of Iran's monstrous Islamic regime, I'll say keep dreaming. If you talk about Iranian people, I pray for that day. Thank you, Chrissa. Thanks for your prayers. Do you think, this one's Cody, do you think what's happening in Iran with people in the streets trying to collapse the regime will cause it to fall? Yes. If nobody steps in, I posted on my Facebook today with a picture and I said, Khamenei is the real life definition of monsters we were told when we were kids. The list of his crimes needs a full hour of its own. And at this point, at this given moment, anyone who tries to defend him or protect him is no better than him at all. So I'll tie that post into my answer to you. If those who prefer to keep this monster in power for their own benefit, if they stay out of the way, yes, most certainly it will happen. We're up for our next ad break. I honestly have lost track of how many ad breaks we took, but that's all right. I'll look at the clock. We'll be right back, guys. Well, hello everybody. It's Annie Cyrus. Welcome to my artist studio where all the magic happens. This is the station for painting, and that is the station for all the resin art I do. If you want to check out my art, all you gotta do is go to lutfstudio.com. But I'm sure, for at least I hope, I'll see you at lutfstudio.com. Welcome back to Live Up to Freedom. Thank you so much for staying with me until now. I feel like I should apologize for my fried brain distraction, a slow motion. It's been 11 days, but just I'm glad you're here and you're bearing with me. lutfstudio.com. That's lutfstudio.com. That is if you want 100% directly support me. That's where it's my artist store. All the proceedings come back to me, and all the products are handmade by myself. So if you don't want to switch over your chemical field cleaning products and hygiene products to cyruswellness.com, that's okay. You can go and get some of my art, or you can do both. Judy Love is on Facebook commenting, girl, I gave you a couple of free passes on your comments. Not today. In last 10 days, I have given you free passes. But I will not say what you said starting your comment. I will censor to you your F-bomb for me. CIA Mossad. You know what? It would have been an honor if I was Mossad. It would have been an honor. So I take your comment as a compliment. Unfortunately, I am not Mossad. I wish I was. It would have been an honor. It would be really awesome, but I'm not. But I take your compliment. But I will continue your comment because I want to tell you something. My advice to you, this world is nothing. One day you will die. Amen. I have checked your Facebook page. You're Muslim. You're practicing Muslim. You're a woman who wears the hijab. And my heart goes out to you that you have chosen to enslave yourself for a fake promise of not even heaven. You know, your prophet said he looked at heaven and then he peeked at hell, and the hell was filled with women. You know that, right? Or maybe you don't. I'm not going to be disrespectful to you like you are to me with the opening of your comments for last 4 days or 5 days, but I will tell you this. I will pray to my Lord and Savior that he will find you. And I pray that there is something of your soul after all these years of being a slave to Muhammad, that there's something left in you for him to save. Yes, we will die. And the difference between me and you today, if we would both drop that within the next 5 minutes, is that I am going to spend my eternal life with my Heavenly Father. You, darling, You're going to feel the heat of the fire of hell for allowing a cult to abuse you, your body, your temple, and your soul. And I'll ask the rest of my audience to keep you in their prayers too, because there's still time. But my skin is way thicker than a couple of F-bombs coming from you. We know none of Russia's reactors were hit in the U.S. strike on Iran. How is Iran cooling their inland reactors? Melissa, let me read that again. We know none of Russia's reactors were hit in the U.S. strike on Iran. How is Iran cooling their inland reactors in the drought? Please and thank you. Melissa, you're very welcome on YouTube. I don't think they are. Here's what I think. If we go back to after the 12 days war, my own analysis was we can't give them too much time because they're going to regroup. And they're not regrouping by rebuilding certain things or adding to their staff. As later reports came out, I said they're gonna rebuild to where they can have the upper hand to cripple Iron Dome, which now we have confirmation, not from me, from other outlets who are monitoring the situation, that Iran has the capability now to go for 2,000 missiles spread into 4 segments of 500 missiles at a time with 45-second gap in between. And last time they went up to 200, they almost crippled Iron Dome. So I don't think, and oh, I should add this. And yesterday when Iran's defense minister came out and said, if the talks continue, we're not going to wait to react after an attack. We're just going to start the attack. And that's another reason we should stop being so tough talk. I think what they're banking on is their ability to retaliate or start the war with Israel and basically be somewhat, I don't think they're going to be victorious, but they think they will be, but we'll see what happens. So I think that is their strategy. They're not even, at this point, they're kind of cutting ties with Russia because of the uprising that is, but that's the best I can guess. Hope that guess helps somehow. Guys, I need to keep an eye on the clock. Let's check on the Substack real quick. Thank you, Lori, for your prayers. And cool. Good to see you, John. I'm glad you understood the point now. Yes, Jewish American patriot. When, let's rephrase that. When this happens, when the revolution is successful, the organic revolution in Iran is successful, world will once again see a very powerful alliance between Israel and Iran. And again, another reason elites are terrified. They prefer to do whatever they can to stop this natural organic revolution from happening. Can you imagine? Well, a lot of us, if you go back and look at times, you'll see that it was pretty terrifying to a lot of elites. But I'll look forward to that. That will be a great power shift, Tressa. Oh, thank you, John. John says, this is why we love you. I don't know when that comment came up, but hey, as long as you guys love me, I appreciate it. Thank you. Hello, we have one comment on Rumble. Hi. That's another thing I wanted to say. Rumble has been, I have never been a Rumble girl, but I have realized Rumble is so disappointing. They are, I would say at this point, they're suppressing my feed, where if normally I would get a couple of views, now I get 1 or 2, and that's it. What's that Rumble all about? David says, John Clement has been trying to find someone from Iran to give their perspective on her channel. If you want to get a hold of her, absolutely. I will look and see what I can find out or how I can get in touch with her. Thank you. X account, Islam, a warlord death cult of genocide and the slaughter, thinks I am a good gutsy woman. Thank you. It's a Persian thing. Me too, Zach. Me too. I do pray that mullahs are defeated and Iran is returned to its Zoroastrian faith. That is not gonna happen, the second part, Zach, but we'll let the people of Iran decide on that. Hi, Paymanjan, how are you doing? I'm glad to see you. I'm glad you're safe. I was looking for you yesterday. I was a little worried, but it's good to see you. Good to see you as well, Tammy. Okay, West Virginia, hi. I have prayed so hard for a few years for people of Iran, especially for our brothers and sisters who couldn't worship freely. Appreciate it. I do appreciate everyone who's praying for it. And that's the thing, let's just pray for them. Oh, thank you. My forgiveness and my grace. I can't take credit for that. I came to learn that, or it was literally just, it became my norm after I was saved. If he saw me worthy of forgiveness and love and protection, who am I not to do that for his other children, even if they are not yet aware of their father, like I wasn't for a long time, right? Okay, we have one segment left, and we have about 3 minutes on this segment. And I will glance at your comments again. Keep them coming. But there is a person, for lack of a better term, since I've been complimented on my grace, I should probably stay graceful. There is a guy, some of you might know him, some of you may not. His name is Patrick Bet David. He was born in Iran to an Armenian-Iranian mother and an Assyrian-Iranian father, Christian family. Funny enough, he was born in 79 in midst of uprising and all that and revolution. And then during Iran-Iraq war, him as a child and his family fled Iran and went for refugee camps and then finally found their way as asylum seekers to America. He's supposed to be a businessman, and he built his empire of money through doing finance, from life insurance to some other insurance to financial advice, all of that stuff. Anyhow, big audience, big programming, because his main topic was where he built it, and he pretty much, has a big audience. He is conservative, as I just said, born into a Christian family and Christian. So we have Christian, conservative, Iranian American, successful businessman with a very big audience. And I've been watching him for a couple of days now. I have watched few of his stuff before previously. Nothing against, his style is his style, it's not my business. But I've been watching him for the last few days on now, because that's the thing, everybody has an opinion about Iran. Even if they were born, and they were a baby and they left Iran, even if they don't have an Iranian name, they just put their toe in Iran somehow, they all have an opinion. So I've been watching. Somebody sent me a clip from him, and then I went and continued watching the rest of it. And I have a clip of him. It's about 6 minutes something. We're not going to play the whole thing. We're going to kind of play parts. I'm going to respond. But what I decided to do today, because I'm low on tolerance at this point. People's lives are at stake, not just inside Iran, across the world. So I decided that that's it. Starting today, we're just going to call him Ayatollah David, because it is so amazing. And we're going to play the clip when we come back from our last ad break, but it is so amazing when you watch an Iranian American born during revolution, fled the country with his family during Iran-Iraq war, who comes from an Armenian Assyrian Christian family and is a conservative in America, is willing to sit and use the same propaganda talking points of Islamic regime because he doesn't want to, well, he wants to be different, I guess. I'm gonna kind of leave it at that. Let's go take our last ad break. When we come back, we're gonna play a few minutes of his clip. I'm gonna address it, and you need to get to know him, not to go attack him, but so when you hear from him, don't take his reporting serious. We'll be right back.
News is moving faster than ever, and so are we. Worldview Tube brings you 24/7 live stream coverage and now real-time alerts when it matters most. Once you have the Worldview Tube app installed, exit the app and navigate your way to Settings. In Settings, locate the tab labeled Notifications. Select the Notifications tab. Scroll down until you locate the Worldview Tube app icon. Select the tab, and here you can turn on and customize your notification experience for the Worldview Tube app. News doesn't wait, and neither should you. Turn on push notifications to stay informed. Every headline as it happens.
To freedom. Thank you so much for those of you who stayed with me until now. That is amazing. I appreciate it. And I said it at the beginning of the show. I do strongly recommend you guys go ahead and install Worldview Tube app. It makes life a lot easier. Okay, without me getting sidetracked, let's go ahead and push that clip of Ayatollah David having an opinion.
Reza Pahlavi, when's the last time you reached out to the president and met with him? Have you? When's the last time you reached out and met with him? Do you remember when Pierre Poilievre didn't meet with Trump and didn't want to come and meet with the guys because they were worried how the Canadians felt about it? Did you avoid that meeting because you were worried what Iranians thought about you? Were you like, oh my God, the progressive Iranians are not going to like it if I go meet with the president? This is the closest we've ever come to this. Pick up the phone call and call him. Go meet with him wherever he's at. Leave your vacation, whatever part of the world you're in right now. Go meet with him. If you truly are committed to doing this, you're one of the handful of people. I know you don't want the job. When we did a live public interview, the world saw it. You don't want this job. You want to help contribute and make the transition as it's going through. I spoke to a couple of the folks to see if there's been a meeting. There's been no documented meeting between the two. Do you really think if America wanted to get involved and have somebody go become the leader of Iran to make them free, do you think they wouldn't have had the meeting with Reza Pahlavi yet? You think that meeting wouldn't have taken place? Or you think they would have had the meeting already taken place? How many times has the president met with Netanyahu? How many times has the president met with all these other people? How many times has the president met with leaders of Zelensky, Nigeria? Take the smallest countries. Armenia, Pashinyan. Who else has he met with? How many times have they met with small countries? Where are you? Are you there? Have you gone knocking? Are you waiting for them to come to you? Do you want a monarchy? White House, my opinion, I don't think they want a monarchy. They're okay to a democracy. They're okay to...
Okay, Patrick, I have a feeling there's no way you'll ever come across this video, which is fine. But if by grace of God you do, number one, who do you think you are to propose that America should play a role on wanting a monarchy or not, or wanting Pahlavi in power or not? Are you admitting that you're one of those who prefer an American puppet in Iran? Look, what you ran away from, what your parents faced after 79, after you were born as Armenian Christians and Assyrian Christians, that is what America thought they wanted for Iran. And for 46 years, they're trying to see, do we keep them? Do we lose them? Do we keep them? You have a very big platform. You've been in America longer than I have. Maybe your English is even better than mine with way less accent. So instead of using your platform, because apparently now you're an Iranian American who wants to say something for the people of Iran, right? You admittedly say, this is the closest we've ever been. So instead of using this platform to encourage America to stay away, to encourage people of Iran to make their own decision, as a free American who practices his freedoms in America all day long, you're a hypocrite. That's what you are. You want to go vote and you want your vote to count. But when it comes to Iran, you're sitting there telling Reza Pahlavi that I don't think White House would want a monarch. It is not a White House business. They don't own Iran. They don't own any country. America owns America. Canada owns Canada. Iran owns Iran. If at this age, with your background and the stories you've heard from your parents, you're so dumb to sit there and use your platform to bash Reza Pahlavi, which is the narrative that Khamenei is hoping for us to do, there are few of us with a lot less audience who will still have the guts to sit here and say, if you don't know what's happening, if you prefer America picking a regime for Iran, you might as well find a zipper and install it on your mouth. Now, your beginning of attack, where are you? Where are you? When was the last time you reached out to President Trump? Did you miss President Pahlavi's letter on January 20th, 2025? I can send it to you. Did you also miss his very recent letter thanking President Trump for his support for Iranian people and saying, hey, you want to sit down? What else do you want him to do? Huh? What do you want him to do? It is not his fault if Trump administration prefers an invitation for an Al-Qaeda leader with $10 million bounty on his head. That is not Reza Pahlavi's fault. Open your eyes. You can push your anti-Pahlavi narrative as much as you want. And again, this is where I say your background, your education, your family roots and history has nothing to do with your personality. If you were born dumb, you stay dumb. As I said, if you were some Iranian Muslim who came here for some student visa, got your education a state, I would completely understand you sitting there bashing Pahlavi, protecting the regime. But I repeat, you were born in an Armenian, Assyrian, Iranian Christian family during the revolution, and you fled during the Iran-Iraq war. And I'm pretty sure Iran-Iraq war wasn't the time that Iranians or Iraqis were getting refugee status in America. That was still during the time that Iranian Christians, Iranian Jews were getting asylum in America. Because, I mean, Iran-Iraq war started shortly after the revolution. So I have a feeling if I would dig deep enough, I would find that your paperwork with your family was seeking asylum, persecution under Islamic regime. How's that for some putting two and two together? You got a bunch of clowns sitting there naming countries for you who have met with Trump. You do realize the decision of who's invited to White House is Trump, not the guest. You get that, right? Or should I explain that to you as well? Let me tell you something. Today is January 6, 2026, bro. 5 years ago, American citizens knocked at the White House door. You know what happened to them? Yeah, Biden regime turned them into political prisoners. So you want Pahlavi to go knock at that door? You make so much sense. I'm almost ashamed that you're a fellow Iranian American. But the only reason it's almost is because there are more ridiculous people out there than you. But when it comes to this specific topic, I will say this. If you don't like Pahlavi, that's all right. You don't have to. You know, in America, where you spend most of your life just like me, we don't always get to have the person we like in power. It's the majority of the people, right? Whomever gets the majority of votes. You know who's getting the majority of votes in Iran right now? Are you watching the videos? Are you sorting through them? Are you listening? And I repeat, why do you care so much for Pahlavi to go knock at the White House? Why do you care so much for Trump to approve Pahlavi? Why? I thought you're an Iranian who wants what's best for Iranians. So, yeah, good luck. Go ahead and continue your propaganda. And I don't care how big your audience is in America, with all due respect to my fellow Americans, your propaganda ain't gonna go far. Even if America gets involved and save the regime this time, me and you, we both know the generation that are on the streets today, they are not gonna give up. They won't. There will be the next one and the next one until they finish it. So they will remember your videos as much as they will remember mine. That's all I'm gonna tell you. Keep at it. Keep lying. Keep making up things. I know in your entire history of podcasts and broadcasts, many have proven you wrong with some of the statements you have put out before this about other stuff. But I guess today was my turn to come out and say, you're lying. You're lying, and you're also on the side of the regime. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. You just met Ayatollah David, full name Patrick Bet David. So if you come across clips from him or shows from him, please do not share it. If you care for the truth and if you're listening to me, that guy lies flat out. And he prefers America picking a leader for Iran than Iranians picking a leader for Iran. We have 4 minutes, less than 4 minutes. So I'm going to check on all the comments because I don't want to miss your comments if they're coming. Oh, sorry. I have a comment here from Iran. Amazingly, hilariously funny about Patrick Bet David. I completely agree. Well, the difference is Ainullah Bagharzadeh was, well, maybe you're right. Maybe I agree. We go with that. Next time I'm going to call him Ainullah David. We are Boward country. You know Joe Kaufman. I don't, unfortunately, but I'll look him up if I need to. I will look him up. Well, here's my question, Payman John. Okay, if Patrick thinks he's something better, my question is, does Patrick have a better option for Iran? I'm hoping he doesn't think he's an option because my biggest problem with Patrick and Patrick alike is, okay, you come out and bash Pahlavi. What's your solution? Who's next? What's your candidate? We know who they are. It's either keep the regime or go for MEK, the Marxist Islamist terrorist group. It's too much of an obvious game. They know they're not going to win that. They know there is no way Iranians are going to settle neither for MEK or the regime. So it's like, hey, at least for the sake of keeping your reputation and your face, it's time, as I said, like Trump might do in the next few days, just to keep up appearances, jump on the train. At this point, there is no way of fighting this. Yes, Zach, this is the final battle. Pahlavi will return. Okay, I want to make sure... Thank you, John. Sometimes my face speaks a little louder than my voice, which is kind of good. Right, Lori? It's ridiculous. Some of these claims are ridiculous. I want to take 1 minute to genuinely plead to you guys. I am very grateful for you guys who are here on the comments. Those of you who are sharing the show, the post, the Substack, it means a lot. And I will always do what I do. You know that. I've done it for 10 years and I will continue. But I genuinely do want you to know that I don't get paid to do any of this. The only pay is the subscribers on Substack who are paid subscribers. And those of you who purchase art from my artist studio, and those of you who might, Lord willing, start switching over to cyruswellness.com products. And as I speak to you today, I need way more help. And between those three options, I'm pretty sure there's something that could be useful to you. So 3 ways to support me financially, to be very clear, financially support me as I continue doing what I do. And this isn't me being arrogant. This is me humbly saying, I am aware that what I do, the quality and the quantity of my reporting is fairly rare out there. It's most likely because I don't have a life. This is my life. So I am coming to you, asking you as we start 2026, please see if you can find it in your heart and in your pocket to become a paid subscriber on my Substack. Substack, that's liveuptofreedom.substack.com. Or if you can head over to cyruswellness.com, just take a look at the products. I promise you there's something for you to purchase, and you might like it enough to purchase more. Or lutfstudio.com, where you can purchase my art pieces. I gotta go, we're out of time. But guess what? I'll be back tomorrow to pick up where we left off today. You all stay safe, stay vigilant, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye, guys.
Spiritual values, moral issues, government